It was a dreary November day on the gritty and decrepit Powell Estate flats. It was completely clouded over and pouring with ever-constant precipitation. People ran around, avoiding the puddles as they fled from the impending darkness of night. A northerly wind swept the entire area, but from one window, out of the many, many flats, a 15-year-old girl glanced out, staring at the rain as it fell from the light-consuming clouds. She looked cold, miserable, and completely desolate. She was young, blonde, and she had a vacant look. She looked like she was searching for something better than the endless, depressing, can-like flats that stretched for miles. She wanted to reach for the stars. Her dreams extended past the universe and through time itself. "Rose?" called a middle-aged woman. This woman had seen pain and loss, but she could never let it on. She cared for nothing more than her child, looking out the window. She wanted the world for her daughter, and it killed her that she couldn't give it to her. She was dressed in a vibrant pink pyjamas and a matching dressing gown. "Rose, would you come here?" Jackie called out to her again. Rose knew what this meant. She knew what day it was. The 7th of November. Sometimes she couldn't bring herself to face her mother's tears and endless photos of a man she never knew. But still, she got up, because today wasn't about her. It was about the father she never knew. Rose walked into her mother's bedroom. Despite it all, her mother kept her room remarkably clean. Jackie patted on the side of her bed to indicate that Rose should sit next to her. Rose could already tell that Jackie had been crying from the smudged eyeshadow crawling down her cheek. Rose did as she was told and sat next to Jackie. She was expecting the same photographs and trying to comfort her mother while she drank heavily. But not this time. There was a singular letter addressed to her. Jackie handed it slowly to her. "Your father was a wonderful man, you know. And a better man than I ever gave him credit for when he was alive. I want you to know that, because whatever's in this letter, She sniffled. I can't change it. But he made me promise that I'd give this to you. If he ever died, I don't think even he..." She sniffled again. "I don't think even he expected to have died as soon as he did, after you were born. But I feel like you're old enough to understand what he wanted to say. Now, I don't know if I can be here for this, but I hope you know that he would have loved you no matter what." With that, Jackie got up and left Rose alone with her letter, and quietly shut the door behind her. Rose examined the handwriting on the front of the letter. It wasn't perfect, but she could tell that her father had tried the hardest to make it look nice. Rose turned the letter to the back and carefully tore open a seal that had been stuck for 15 years and retrieved the letter concealed inside. She turned to the first page and read to herself the words. "Dear Rose, I'm writing this to you not long after you were born, because honestly, I'm scared I won't be able to be your dad, the dad that you always wanted me to be. I'm terrified that I'll never be there for you. But above all else, I'm scared that I will fail you. Life isn't perfect, and no one knows that better than me. But I hope you know that you are loved and cared for no matter what. Life is the scariest adventure of all, and often it feels like there's no one there for you. But I hope I can always stand with you. Even if I leave your mother or if I ever run away, I want you to know that it's not your fault. I could never hate you. If I hate anything, it's my own imperfections. Rose Tyler, there's so much I want to say. If you could ever feel like running and never stop until you end up like me, then you know it will do you no good hiding. I think that will be my downfall. Because Rose, I would hate for you to end up living like me. I want you to reach for the stars, because I would give the universe for you. Your father, Pete." Rose knew why this day was important now. It wasn't about her dad. It wasn't even about her or Jackie. It was about love. A love that could outlive death itself. And maybe even time. Ah yes, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, why not consider subscribing down below to the official Ruby and Espresso YouTube channel.